later in the game by handing Randy Creighton women's basketball schedule.
All right, questions for Tyler Linderbaum.
You seem pretty happy when Spencer was able to get into the end zone. What were your kind of emotions getting to see Spencer do that?
That was our first touchdown, I think, in the game on offense, so to finally be able to push it through. I'm just proud of the guys. We fought all game, fought till the very last second, so just proud of the guys and proud that we came on top.
What are the emotions like after a win like that?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's a great feeling, coming into a packed house and, leaving off the field with the trophy. It's definitely feels good.
What was it like this week? I mean, I know you had the flu a week ago. A lot of guys had it. Just to fight through and to be able to persevere and get a win like that.
Yeah, we went through a lot as a team. We ended up on top. We're going to keep fighting. No matter how we felt, no matter how players felt, we're going to keep fighting for each other, keep playing for each other, and we did that tonight. Just proud of the guys.
In some ways, you kind of symbolize what this team's all about. That no matter what, you kind of get it done.
Yeah, we find a way to win. I think that's been the story of the season. We've been in these close games, and we just find ways to win, find ways to finish on top.
Is that new shirt to the collection?
Yeah, it's nice and tug. Just proud of the guys.
What was the coach got pretty emotional on the field? Did that trail into the locker room?
Yeah, obviously when we have a huge win like this, Coach, I was just proud of the guys. And then obviously finish the season with 10 wins. I don't know how many times that's been done here at Iowa, especially in recent years. So, just proud of the guys, proud of how we finish, and I know he's very proud of us and the coaching staff.
I know you have to wait for the result tomorrow, but obviously the teacher is West Division champions. Do you feel like you are West Division champions, I guess?
Yeah, I feel like we earned it. We played our hearts out this whole year. A resilient team, never quit. No matter what the outcome is tomorrow, I'm just proud of the guys, proud of how we fought all year.
Tyler, you're pretty close to Spencer. What was that like for him to kind of lead you guys back in the second half?
Yeah, when I knew he was going in, I said, just, you're a winner. Go out there and win. And, he led us there. He's commanding in the huddle. I thought he did a great job. So, obviously, whoever's in there, whatever quarterback we have in there, we have the utmost trust in them. And they both have played extremely well this year. So, whoever the quarterback situation is, we're gonna play the same. We're gonna play our hearts out for them, and I think we did that today.
You guys had to deal with, a touchdown that got called back, a fumble inside the 10, and yet you still, down 15 points late in the third quarter, and here you are. What was going through your guys' mind? What was the discussions like? Not to get down and just let it go away.
4-quarter ball game. A lot of times you see teams, just break in the fourth quarter, and I think our defense played lights out in the fourth quarter, gave us some stops and gave us the ball back in some good field position, and we put it through to go up 7. So, that game's not over till the very last second, and we knew that going in. Obviously those drives, we got it in there into the red zone, we just weren't finishing. We shot ourselves in the leg a couple times, but just proud of the guys and how we finish out that third and fourth quarter.
Another strong performance by the rushing game. How would you assess how that area has progressed in the last month of the season?
Yeah, I remember doing interviews with you guys when we were on a 2-game losing streak. I'm like, we're going to get this ball rolling. We're going to get it going. We had a lot of young guys playing and just continuing to get better and better, and you're finally seeing the results. We still got a long way to go, still a lot of work to do. But this group of guys, we never quit. We're going to keep getting better, keep improving, and it starts in practice.
Are you going to watch TV tomorrow and be rooting openly for Minnesota?
You got to be rooting for the Gophers, right? If you're a Hawkeye fan, to give us a chance to go to Indianapolis, you got to be rooting for the Gophers tomorrow.
The Goodson 55-yard run, that seemed to really springboard you guys late. What was that play? What was your view on that play?
Yeah, it was just, great blocking by the line, and then obviously great running by Tyler Goodson. All year he's been running tough, getting tough yards, so just proud that we could, break open a big play in that fourth quarter and, give us a chance to put the ball in the end zone.
One more question.
Did the block front change the momentum?
Can you ask that again?
Did the block front kind of just change the momentum of the entire
opinion?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was Henry Marquez who blocked it, and then Fisher who scored a touchdown. Like, that changes the outlook of the whole game. If that doesn't happen, I don't know what the outcome would be. But that's all three teams. Special teams, offense, defense, got to play together to win ball games, and we did that today.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
So happy to be back in front of you guys.
All right, questions for Spencer?
So what are the emotions like leading the team back to comeback victory like this?
Oh, they were pretty special. Just the way it happened. We knew we needed a spark, and then Henry Marquez with that huge pump block, and they turned the ball over a couple times, gave us a chance. So we knew we just needed a little spark, and special teams did that like they have seemingly almost every game this year. So just a great feeling to be able to get that win, come from behind like that. It was a lot of fun.
Spencer, I know you're kind of kidding about being back in front of us, but what does this mean to you today, just personally?
I mean, it just feels really good to be back. Be back out there. Alex did a hell of a job, and just obviously as a competitor, I want to be out there, and my number was called today, and able to execute. So, just it's a good win for the team, and just feels good.
What was this conversation like at halftime? Was it just, hey, you're in?
Yeah, I don't know. Alex and I both had the flu this week. And a lot of our team has, and so preparation-wise, it was kind of tough, and I just think, he just might have just wasn't there, wasn't doing his best. Just he's still dealing with the illness, just needed to go a different direction. Similar to what happened, against Northwestern. My shoulder was jacked up and just couldn't do it, and that's just the way it is. Next guy in and able to get the win. So.
How about QB Snake for winning points? I mean, that's kind of fitting, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it must be, right? It's funny. It's just like T-Good takes us all the way down there, Gavin with some physical runs, and then again I get the score. It feels like I'm cheating those guys, but no, I mean, it was good. Good to get in the end zone.
Did Wendy give you a concussion there when he was sitting?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, it's like that's the thing. Again, it's like I have nothing like. All you guys think the QB sneaks. I mean, you probably don't, but the QB sneak has nothing to do with the QB. It's like all those guys, and then Pot coming in with the final blow, and then like Lindy slapping me on the head. I should be slapping him on the head, or Ince and Shooter. It was funny that he was doing that, but I don't deserve much of that credit.
What was this like for you, just the last couple of weeks, to go from being hurt, out, and now back, and you're wearing a West Division champion T-shirt?
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously difficult, being injured and then, being back and, not playing is a challenge. But, it's just a little adversity that this team, every member of this team would will face adversity and has, and this team has faced adversity, and it's just the same thing. So it's just, testament to the character of the guys in this team that we're able to fight through the adversity we had this year. Talk about those 2 losses in a row and where we all were feeling we were at, and then able to finish with however many straight, 4 straight is a good feeling, and with a little luck we'll be playing again next week. So it wasn't easy, but just like this team, just bounce back and keep winning games.
You had teammates who stood in front of us the last couple of weeks and told us that you were a big help to them, whether it was just emotional support or suggestions or you name it. Did you have anything in mind, or is that just you?
Yeah, I think there's opportunity that presents itself in a lot of different situations to provide advice. I'm a veteran, played a lot of football here, so when a young guy like I think Keegan or the Minnesota game was having a little moment where he needed some support because he was making some mistakes, and it's like, dude, if you've played here, you've made mistakes. You play college football, you're gonna make mistakes. So I can offer advice there. I have a different view also. Just I can maybe help with some play calling, stuff like that when I'm on the sideline, just because I maybe see things a little different than whether it's Brian or Coach O or whoever, just because, again, I've played and, from a quarterback's perspective. So I help whenever I can, and, Obviously would much rather be playing, but help whenever you can and just help bring the teammates along.
When did you start feeling better with your shoulder, and like how bad did it get? What was the worst point, and then maybe when did you kind of feel like you're back to yourself?
Yeah, so the Northwestern week, I didn't practice all week. One day that week I couldn't throw the ball 5 yards. But with the goal there was just with medication during the game to be able to fight through it, but couldn't really get it done. Didn't really practice much Minnesota week. The goal there, being like, let's not push this thing. We know Alex can do this. Let me just recover. And then for Illinois, that Monday, I felt like I could throw the ball 100%, no problem. I think because of the rest I had gotten the week before. Illinois I was good, and then this week I'm good. I still, I have a little pain warming up, but once it's warm, there's no issues there.
Spencer, did you know this team was capable of scoring 22 points unanswered to win this game? Yeah,
totally. I mean, we've done it. We've done it before. I don't know. I think about Maryland, we scored a lot of points unanswered. Indiana, probably the same thing, where Indiana's probably more fitting because it was, it wasn't just the offense scoring today, obviously. It was a huge special teams play, a safety, stuff like that. But we've done it. We've done it, and I don't think anyone flinched, really. We've been behind in a lot of games and come back to win. We just know that you just got to keep dropping away. You got to keep executing, treat it one play at a time, and the team that deserves to win will. And that's what happened today.
Anything you've learned from having a couple weeks on the bench? You haven't really spent much time on the bench and you just while you're back out there. Yeah, no, I mean, not when you're back out there, but just new appreciation again, just for being out and to play and to win. It's still fun winning games, but it's not the same, when you're not playing. So just a new appreciation for that, because you can take it for granted sometimes, just in the monotony of the season, and just how tough it is sometimes, physically, mentally, everything. But yeah, that's just a new appreciation for that, for sure.
One more question if you have it. All right, thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.
Run out of shirts?
Was that?
Did they run out of shirts?
I just came quick. But obviously, we had to talk for a while.
All right, questions for Zach?
What did you think you got a touchdown there in the end zone?
Oh, I don't know why I jumped on the ball there, honestly. I honestly don't know. I grabbed it and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. That probably looked really weird. But obviously it was a pass.
Walk me through what you saw on that forced fumble.
On the forced fumble? They're doing a really good job all game with their read option. Really good job of working our perimeter, obviously. So we changed up how we were attacking their mesh. So that one was just, attack the mesh and come out on the quarterback instead of the dive, as we had been playing the beginning of the game, and it worked out pretty well there.
Zach, seems like week after week, the defense is a little bit slow getting started, the same way today, but then right when it matters most in the fourth quarter, you guys have been able to really buckle down. I mean, what's been the key for you guys in these last few weeks to really just, finish off strong and really propel you guys to a win?
Just never giving up, always fighting. It obviously helps to have spark plays by the special teams. But obviously the safety, the fumble there, those are big plays. Offense did a great job having time possession, moving the ball down the field, and obviously special teams were great too. So, obviously it was a whole team effort, but I'm really proud of the guys on defense, how we buckled down in the second half.
What kind of feeling is it to have, this packed stadium like this, they're pulling the upset, and you just take the life out of the stadium? What does that feel like?
It's obviously it's a good feeling. Obviously it's victory from the jaws of defeat maybe, but we kept fighting. We never lost faith in the fact that we were gonna come out with the victory. So it obviously feels good to have that belief rewarded.
What adjustments did the defense make from the first half to the second half that was able to slow Nebraska down?
Just like I said, with their kind of their read option, we were playing it a little too much in the middle of the field, so we were trying to take away the outside because that's where they were burning us. So we didn't think they could run up the middle, and I think it turned out a little better in the second half.
That was a weird week planning too, because obviously you figure Adrian Martinez not playing, you've got Lucas Smothers. So what did you guys think about his performance today and being able to see him in action?
He's a great player. I think it definitely helped that he's the same kind of player as Adrian Martinez, athletically. Really talented. Obviously, played his heart out. Their entire team did. All credit to them. This was not an easy game to win.
How much did the block punt, you think, help your team momentum-wise? Because it seemed to be pretty flat at that point.
Yeah, I think we were starting to build momentum a little bit. That was a good stop on defense. To pin him down there. But yeah, that was a huge spark play. Obviously, that changed the entire momentum of the game, and I don't know where we'd be without that.
Well, you look at a guy like Henry Marquez, who's been in the program for 5 years, and on senior day he has a big block on a kickoff return for a touchdown. Now he has a block punt. I mean, it just kind of symbolizes the whole program in some ways. I don't know what's your kind of thoughts of him. And
yeah, I think it really embodies what it means to be a Hawkeye, especially in today's environment of if you're not going to play, maybe just leave and try your luck in greener pastures. But guys just keep plugging away and keep working and do what they can to help the team. And I think that's what makes this team special. That we're a brotherhood. We're willing to do anything for each other, and that shows in plays like that.
Zach, Spencer talked about overcoming adversity. Is that kind of how you define this entire 12-game stretch? Is just overcoming the battles? Yeah,
I would say so. Especially after a pretty hot start. Had some adversity thrown our way, and just the ability to react to that, to respond to it, especially these last 4 weeks where it hasn't always been easy, just to come out every week and give it our best. Given we had some illness in the building this week, we've had some guys out, just plugging the next guy in and just always being ready to play.
How does it feel to be at least having to share the Big Ten West title?
It feels great. I gotta say I'm gonna be the biggest Gopher fan in the world tomorrow, but for the next 12 hours it feels awesome.
How intently will we be watching that game?
Every down.
All right, you're part of the reason why that they're not the ones that are they're eliminated now because of what happened. I mean, there's some irony to that at some point.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, it's weird cheering for a team that obviously is a rival. But obviously they played us really really tough, and they're a really hard-nosed team. So hopefully they can get the dub tomorrow.
Was Ferentz pretty stoic in the locker room, or did he melt like a candle?
I wouldn't say that. Obviously, it's always emotional when you finish the regular season, especially the way we have 10 wins is no small accomplishment, and just the way we've done it. This group of guys is really close, and so it was a little emotional.
All right, thank you, Zach.
Thanks.
Thanks, Zach.
Thanks, Zach.
All right, questions for Jack?
So what are the emotions like after a comeback win like this?
Yeah, I mean, it's unexplainable, honestly, just walking into the locker room. And this is one of my favorite parts of this game is just being able to enjoy it with the people that make up the team. And, I mean, just walking into the locker room, it's something that I can never explain to anyone unless you're a part of it. And it's just truly special. So.
In this game to be down 15 points and late in the third quarter to have this happen, I mean, what did it take out of you guys to put yourself in this position to win?
I say it took a lot of belief in yourself. I mean, we went out there and we had some hiccups early on, and maybe we didn't play our best as a unit, but we always found a way to get off the field at the right time, and that just started with belief in myself. Like for me individually and all the other guys individually, but then as a unit. And I think that spread. And I mean, we just went out there and played hard-nosed football. There's no way around that. But hats off to Nebraska. Very talented team and a lot of athletes on that field. So.
Jack, you walk out as one of the captains and obviously kind of a spokesperson in a way for the team. What did it mean what has Spencer Petras meant to you guys maybe in the last month when he hasn't been playing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd say Spence has just always been encouraging, always just helping, preparing the same as when he was the player, the starter. He's a heck of a person, and he just always puts the team first, which is something I can respect from him. And so, that's about him.
You guys have had 3 comebacks of 14 points or double-digit points this season so far. I mean, but this one seems to almost be the most symbolic of your season because you scored special teams on defense and then finally on offense. What does it mean to be able to make it happen in every unit and every phase to put together a win like that?
Yeah, that's something I just feel like is so special about Iowa. All the phases work in unison together, and they all just if one phase has a hiccup here, the next phase is going to pick up, and then maybe special teams is going to come in here and give you a touchdown. Like those are just all huge plays that maybe some people like overlook, just in like the broad picture. But if all three units are playing together and they're on the same page, I mean it's tough to beat a good football team like that. And I mean, I'm just so proud of all those guys. I mean you're gonna talk to Henry pretty soon. What a great example of a kid who is in his 5th year, and I mean he doesn't have to come back. I mean, and nowadays people are they just decide, oh, this isn't working, I'm gonna leave, or I'm not the starter, so I'm gonna leave. So I feel like when you talk to him, it's just he embodies a Hawkeye football player, and that's something. And he's one of those people that just make it so. I can't even explain it, but when you see him after a win, it's just what makes the game of football so good, in my opinion. Is just the people inside the locker room. So.
What was Kirk like after the game?
I mean, little words. He's emotional, which I love. I'm all for that. So, I mean, we did. I mean, looking back, now that the season's over, I mean, obviously we're gonna have a bowl game, but just what a season, honestly. And Coach is just so proud of us, and I'm just so proud of everyone else in that locker room, and just always fighting and never giving up. So.
You guys gave up 2 drives of 75 yards, another one at 94. What did you have to do to keep them from going that far?
I mean, just doing our job. It started right there, and just having eye discipline. I mean, we left a few plays out there, but I mean, you can't give them back, and you just got to move on. But we also made a lot of big plays and big-time moments. And just this defensive unit just never gave up, nor did the offense, and nor did the special teams unit tonight. So, I mean, it just speaks volume to the coaching staff and the guys who come in every day and are willing to work. So,
All right.
I appreciate it.
Thanks, Jack.
How we doing, guys?
All right, questions for Henry?
Obviously, what'd you see on the block?
Just we knew they were going to line up in that. That's their base formation, and just got a great call, great situation on our left hash, and just going out throughout the week, practicing that, and got a little tip on their cadence. So just going out and executing, and that's the whole team. Thanks to the whole staff working with it, Coach Woods, Coach Ferentz believing in it. So just a whole team effort on that.
How good that feel?
Oh, it was great. I mean, I needed that. I missed one in Minnesota, so I needed to get that one.
What's this last 2 weeks been like for you? You got the big block this spring, Charlie, and now you've made a huge play to change this game.
Yeah, just just trying to contribute to my team, and giving back to all my teammates. Never want to let my teammates down in any situation, and I feel like just special teams. You got to be great on special teams. It's a 3-phase game: offense, defense, special teams for a reason, and just trying to make impact plays, help my team out in any way I can.
You look at kind of your career. I mean, you had a chance to go probably play pro baseball right away. Yet you came to Iowa and you did switch sports midway through your career. You didn't quit. You didn't leave. Why did you stay with Iowa and especially Iowa football?
Well, I grew up an Iowa fan. My dad played here. Big Ten football's engraved in my family. All 3 of my brothers played Big Ten football at separate Big Ten programs, and my cousins as well. And I just love the game, love the camaraderie, love my teammates. And obviously, my college career, I've been switching positions, wide receiver, defensive back. Doesn't matter. Just staying true to myself, staying true to my teammates, and trusting my coaches, trusting Coach Ferentz. He's the best man in the business for a reason. So.
What does it mean to hear the high praise from Jack a couple minutes ago?
That's all I really look for. Doesn't matter about the stats for me or the recognition. All I care about is the respect to my teammates and respect to my coaches, and that's really the best thing about college football, I think, and football in general. Just the team caring for each other and being brothers, and it's so cliche saying that, but that's truly what I look forward to. Having the respect to my teammates and coaches. That means a ton to me.
When they were lined up for the punt that you blocked, do you get any kind of feeling I'm getting this one?
On that one, I was just like, I got to have it. We needed a play and we needed a spark, and that's what special teams is for, help the team out in any situation. And, just that one, I knew they point out their guys who they're trying to block, and I knew they weren't going to point me, so I had a free shot at the shield and at the punter. So just trying to do my job, trust my coaches, putting me in those situations and executing.
Do you have a clear line of vision on the ball after it was blocked and went into your teammate's hands?
So I rolled over, saw the ball just skyrocket in the air, and I saw Kyler Fisher, catch the ball. Great catch. Like, that was a great catch over his shoulder, and then as soon as he caught it, I just went bananas. So.
What was it like getting to celebrate that with your teammates?
Oh, it's the best feeling. I mean, any big play out of just anyone, could be Tyler, could be Jack, could be the whole defense. Just celebrating those big plays, again, that's what a team's for, and this is a team win, and it's a team game, and no individual guy wins a game. And just those big plays comes from the coaching staff preparing us during the week, and us going out and executing and just having that trust between each other. So
Special teams come up big in so many different games this season. How instrumental is Lamar Woods to Iowa football?
Coach Woods he's the best. He on and off the field, he's just a great guy. He really cares, and he's really passionate about special teams, and obviously for this team and for everyone on the team. So he's just one of my favorite coaches. And again, I always tell him, thank you for the opportunity to play for you and on these special teams units, because it's an honor to play for him, and honor to play for all these coaches and for all my teammates. So.
One more question. Yeah, looking back at last week, what was it like? Did you know your brother was going to come out and meet you and your parents with you?
We talked about it during the week. Again, we don't really talk during that week. I don't really talk. I talked to him probably on Sunday, you're getting these tickets, I'm getting these tickets. But no, I asked Coach Ferentz, I think Monday, and he asked Coach Bielema, and they gave us the okay, and thank you to them again, Coach Ferentz and Coach Bielema being great about it, and just a great moment for my family, great moment for myself. My parents said it was one of the top moments of their lifetime, and it was hard not to tear up when I was running out and seeing that, and the crowd loved it. I mean, I loved it even more. So.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
All right, 1,000-yard rusher, Tyler Goodson.
How big was that? Was a big run in?
Yes, it's our zone. We knew all day long that if I would have stayed on my track and got my shoulder square, I'd be able to find open holes. And as long as the guys got to their assignments, I'd be able to find open holes. And so that's what I did. I stayed patient and hit it backside and broke free and got a little tired. But I wish I could have finished the run, but it is what it is. We still got to win.
How does it feel to hear 1,000-yard run?
Man, it feels good. It just goes back to all the hard work I put in the offseason with the team and individually, I pride myself on trying to be a 1,000-yard rusher. That may not happen each and every season, but it's unique to rush for 1,000 yards. That's not every running back can't do, and it's hard to do. And it just gives credit to the guys up front. Those guys do an amazing job in making sure they're prepared for and knowing their assignments and knowing the people they have to get to so I can have those open lanes and run. So credit to them, and I have to try to find them some dinner or get them some ice cream sometime.
The running back wants to fumble, especially in the red zone. When that happened, was there kind of a drive in you to get that back and to make a play maybe like the one you made? Right?
Most definitely. Like you said, no running back likes to fumble. Nobody likes to fumble on the offensive side, or even if a defense catch a pick and they still fumble. But from there, it was just all about me just keeping my mind focused in the game and knowing that if we do get a chance to get back into the game, which we did, I have to be prepared for that situation. And ball security is everything, and I know I failed to keep the ball in my hands at that point. But then again, like I said, it's all about the next play and the next series, because if I go to the next series thinking about that fumble, then it's bound to happen again, and I just have to make sure my mental is straight.
Did you get the flu at all? Or
No, I did not get the flu.
How would you describe kind of the level of flu on the team?
Right, I did not get the flu. I would say we had quite a few guys get knocked out from it. I know a couple guys in my house that I'm living with got knocked out for it, and so I stayed away from it, stayed in my girlfriend's apartment. So I was trying to stay free, you know what I'm saying? I'm taking my vitamins and all that just to make sure I was clear from getting sick. But you never know. It could still be waiting on me. Hopefully not, but we'll see what happens.
Do you guys feel like I know you're probably going to say the right thing, but are you worn down? Are you ready for a Big Ten championship game if you get there? Do you guys feel like you got the...
Most definitely. Most definitely. We hope the odds fall in our way and we're able to have the opportunity to go play in the Big Ten championship game. You know, that game's hard to get to. And the fact that this team keeps pushing through and fight to the end of every game, no matter what the outcome is, it just shows the character of the team and the courage this team has to win. And if we do get the chance to go to the Big Ten championship, we plan on winning that too.
We've already established that you guys are fans of the Gophers tomorrow. Do you get together and watch it as a team, or are you guys going to watch separately?
I'm sure a couple guys in the group chat text, you know, hey, you guys can come to my house, you know, we'll have dinner and wings or whatever, watch the game together. You know, we might not be able to have a whole team get together, but I'm sure there'll be groups of just a bunch of teammates just watching the game together and making sure and cheering on the Gophers. So go Gophers.
I know Alex is your roommate. He got hit pretty hard, it sounds like. How rough was it on him today, per se? I mean, was he in pretty rough shape?
I wouldn't say it was rough on him today. You know, Alex is a good quarterback, and he showed you guys that he stepped in, took on a role that he's been ready for. It was just a matter of time and opportunity, and he stepped into that role, accepted that role. But for the team to see Alex go down, we've seen it before in the beginning of the season with Spencer going down and Alex coming in and taking in the spot. This team is just all about having a next man mentality. You know, Alex is a great quarterback, but so is Spence. We have two quarterbacks back there that can get the job done, and you've seen it today, and that's how we're going to keep fighting.
2 more questions?
You lived in this state, right?
7 years. I don't remember it, though. I was like a baby.
Nebraska wanted you, though.
Yeah, they didn't offer me because I wanted to get during the recruiting process, I wanted to make a decision before my senior year, and I tried to get in before the spring, and they didn't allow me to come visit them in the spring. So Nebraska was off the table as soon as I heard that, and I just started looking at other schools. Mm-hmm.
Nice chance to prove them wrong then today.
Oh yes, most definitely. We've been proving them wrong ever since I've been here. So, and from then on, so not a shock.
All right.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Adam.
Have a good day.
All right, questions for Keegan?
How does it feel to be able to be wearing a Big Ten West Division champion t-shirt as a true freshman?
Yeah, it feels great. I was just talking to Coach O, our quarterbacks coach, about it, and he was like, "You freshmen don't know about how hard it is to get a 10-win season," and like I'm realizing that it's not easy at this level to get a 10-win season, and it feels great. I just love these guys. I love my teammates, and I just know that when we face adversity, we're gonna come out. So yeah, it feels great.
Your first return to Memorial Stadium since you played in the Class A championship with Bellevue West. Just kind of take me through that moment, being here now and being back.
Yeah, it was like a surreal experience when I walked out. Yeah, it's crazy because that happened on this day 2 years ago. So, I mean, it was crazy kind of how it aligned, and a few more fans in the stadium today than it was in the state championship game. But other than that, I mean, I don't know. It was kind of surreal. I've been to a lot of Nebraska games, just being a fan, a spectator, not fan, just having a father that played here. So being on the field, actually playing on the field, against Nebraska, it was a surreal feeling.
How many family and friends did you have here?
My dad was smart. He tried to get on it, so I didn't have to. I wasn't like struggling to get tickets this week, but it was probably around 30.
What does that mean to you?
I mean, it means a lot. Like, my family is everything to me because I just know that, they're going to be there for me through anything. And, there's been a lot of bumps and bruises on my journey just playing football. And, I mean, they stuck with me through it all. And those are the people I lean on. So, I mean, that means the most. There's a lot of thousands of people in the crowd, but those are the people that mean the most to me.
Did the quarterback change? How was Spencer in that huddle when he came out there for the second half?
Yeah, ready. I mean, Spence is a great leader, and if it was Alex or Spencer, I think we would have got the job done. But Spencer stepped in and did a great job. I feel like he commanded the offense great. Felt confident with him in there, and it turned out great. So, yeah.
It seemed like from up in the press box that he kind of had an extra energy coming out onto the field.
Yeah.
Is that the case?
Maybe so. Maybe he felt like he had something to prove, and maybe that gave him the extra spark. But I think it was bigger. It was more like the offense needed that spark, and we needed to make something happen. And I think he felt that. I think we all felt that. So I think he commanded the offense great. Yep.
In all three phases, really had a big play near the end of third quarter,
Yeah.
fourth quarter. You guys come back down from double digits. Does that just sort of sum up what this Iowa football team is going to be all about throughout the season? You guys really overcome adversity.
Yeah, I mean, I think it sums it up perfectly. Like, we really emphasize special teams heavy, and I think, like you said, you hit it on the head. Iowa football we pride ourselves on all three phases playing together, and I think that's what puts us over the top of other teams is those three phases working cohesively with each other, and I think that showed up today, and I think how it played out today is just a great representative of what this football program is. I think all phases, we just trust each other. We feed off each other, and Beast, Henry making that, blocking the punt, and Fish getting it and scoring. It couldn't come at a better time, and I think it was just on from there.
One more if you have it. All right, thank you.
Guess you're a Minnesota fan
Huh?
tomorrow?
Yeah, go Gophers.
Thanks, Keegan.
There's Coach.
Go ahead, Coach. So good. Get right to Coach. Obviously, if anything, depending on how things happen tomorrow, we'll let you know as far as our next availability moving forward, and we'll just go with that after tomorrow's games. Thank you. Thanks, Coach.
Okay. So just start out, just really proud of our football team. It was a really gutty, determined game they played, and they've really been doing this all season long. So it was a tough week this week. We had a few challenges. Our medical staff gets, they get a couple of bouquets for the work they did right up to game time today. So really proud of our guys, the way they fought. And I've been saying, it's just really tough to win in the Big Ten. It always has been, always will be. So this was no exception. Nebraska's played just about everybody on the schedule tough. And, you look at the losses, they're heartbreaking. So this one was no different for us. Special teams, once again, huge for us. We came out with a couple of field goals, 3 field goals. And then just like last week with the kick return, the punt block for the touchdown today was huge. And Henry Marquez was right in the middle of both those last week, a huge block to spring Charlie up the sideline. And today, being involved in that, and I think it's just probably a good illustration, or that's representative of our football team, a guy who hasn't started down offensively or defensively, but has been such a huge contributor on special teams for us, and also does a great job around the look teams during the week helping the guys. So just really proud of him and proud of a lot of guys I could name like that. They get the value and how important it is. Certainly happy about our offensive line, the way they've developed here, especially the last couple of weeks, and both sides of the ball. I've been saying we're really young on both sides of the ball, and you see some guys, the line got a little more traction again today. I think they're growing, and then, a guy like Van Ness or just some of the younger guys, Craig, smart play there, a good play at the end. So we got a lot of young guys making contribution. That's certainly helpful. And, obviously for Tower Goodson, too, big day and big spark play there in that fourth quarter. And I think he finished up with 156 here, so that's really fantastic. Helps us be victorious, too. So all that being said, I've been saying it's a 12-game season. That's why you wait till the end to evaluate, and we still got some more football ahead of us. So we'll figure all that out whenever it goes. But it is a special year. Anytime you can win 10 games and playing in this conference, really proud of our guys. So happy for them, proud of them. I'm going to go back to 3 weeks ago today, actually. Andre Tippett talked to our guys. They were back for that 81 reunion, Minnesota week, and Andre just talked about the resilience, the grit of the 81 team and the camaraderie they had. And, I would say this team possesses those traits too. So just really proud of our guys. I'll throw it out for questions.
Was it always a plan to have 2 quarterbacks today?
No, not at all. We just went in with Alex as our starter, and just kind of a feeling we had, maybe switch, see if it'd make a difference. And to Alex's credit, he's been doing a really good job, really proud of him. And Spencer, nobody likes being second team. At least good second teamers don't want to be second team. They want to be first team. And I'm sure Spencer felt that way, but you'd never know it. The way he practiced like he was starting. And he's been totally supportive. I know you've heard Alex say that. He's been totally supportive of Alex. And those guys are good friends. They got a great camaraderie.
Walk me through the thought process of switching from Alex to Spencer.
There's really no thought process. Probably more gut than thought. And, it just felt like maybe that would give us a little boost. And, the ironic part was like we were moving the ball. 3 of our 4 possessions, we moved the ball down there. But, you come up short. And it's like the Minnesota game a couple of weeks ago. We get stops in the red zone. That was a huge factor in the game. And then today we're on the other end of it. They were converting their drives for touchdowns. They had 3. We had 3 field goals to show. So, when that's going on too much, you start thinking, maybe this isn't our day. But fortunately, our guys found a way to get it going.
What do you think of Spencer's performance?
I thought it was really good. He made some really tough throws, tough plays, kept some plays alive, third down conversion. So I thought he did a really good job, and I think it just traces back to his preparation.
Kirk, how bad was the flu stuff this week?
It was bad. Yeah, it was bad. And for those of us who didn't get it, I'm sure we all got it now because it was a pretty good locker room in there. So I was laughing because Ken had his mask on afterwards, Ken O'Keefe. I said, what, are you kidding me? Forget about that one. It's a little late now. But the goal is to make it to 4 o'clock Friday. That was the only goal, and if we get sick, we get sick. It's kind of like that stuff last year.
How did LeVar Woods get to the point where he could get these kinds of results as a special teams coach?
He's worked at it, and that's the first thing I'd say. And you'd have to ask him, but I 20-some years ago when he went to the NFL, the one thing I told guys, I said, I'm not sure he's fast enough to make the final cut, but I know this. If he makes a mistake on Monday, he won't make it Tuesday. He'll go home and straighten it out, and he'll be back the next day. So he carved out a really nice NFL career, being mostly a reserve linebacker, but also a key special teams guy. So, genealogy-wise, there's a little bit of that in his blood maybe. And, when the NCAA created this extra position, gave us an opening to really put somebody there who's got a passion for it, and his passion for it, I think, is the key thing. He really has just jumped in both feet, works extremely hard at it all year round. And, credit to Kevin Spencer, too, who's kind of helped us out through the years. And Kevin's a guy I worked with, 100 years ago in Cleveland. So a good mentor for LeVar, a good guy to bounce information off. But LeVar's done it. He's just kind of like players win games. LeVar's really worked hard at it. And part of that job is to get players to understand how important they are. A guy like Henry, hey, you're not playing on offense, you're not playing on defense, but you can maybe find a role on special teams and take pride in it and help the team win. And this, 2 straight weeks for him. So I think a lot of guys on our roster would tell you that, they really appreciate his investment in them and, the time that he, spends coaching them.
When you look at somebody like Henry, for instance, fifth-year guy, hasn't seen action, could have been playing baseball, could have left, gone done something else. Instead, he stuck with you. You stuck with him, and then the last 2 weeks he makes 2 huge plays. Is he kind of in a microcosm, maybe what your program represents?
That's who we are. That's who we are. And if a guy's willing to work hard, has a good attitude, and really puts the effort into it, and has pride, then there's room for him on our team. And you just never know how a guy's going to help you. And I'll promise you, if you said this was going to happen 3 years ago, all the coaches would have said, no way. There's no way. Probably 2 years ago we might have said that. But, you watch this guy. He took ownership and what was open to him. And, it's really good. So, you feel good for a guy like Goodson who had 150-plus yards. Feel good for him. Petrus, the quarterback, or, whomever. But, this is maybe even more gratifying just to see the the pride guys take in helping the team. That's what it's about.
Level of satisfaction, I guess, from this season. Can you even frame it right now? You see guys with West Division T-shirts. It doesn't seem like any game can easy. You've won 16 of your last 18 games.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't have been very smart to print them up 4 weeks ago. So, but again, that's a message we try to, give our team, and I think historically that's kind of our program. It's really football in general, but it's all about how you finish, and it's about staying with what you're doing, and then dealing with whatever challenges come your way. So, fortunately, I think us older guys understood that because we've been through it. You look at some of the seasons we've had. But fortunately, our players believed it. And that's where it all starts. So, we got good leaders. We got a small senior class, but they're really good guys. They're really strong. Got that next level down, guys like Linderbaum or Goodson that are, Laporte are third-year guys, but they're leaders too. And then there's a big gap, So, but fortunately, those younger guys, and somebody made, I won't say which player said it, but Reese Moore was talking to one of our guys, and the guy made that comment to Reese this week about the younger guys are actually listening to the older guys, and that doesn't always happen. So, they're smart enough to know we got some guys that know what they're talking about, and that's good to see.
Coach, what did the defense need, or did anyone tell them that really unlocked that next level in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, and cover number 11 too. Throw that one in there. I mean, I think he did that last week too, didn't he? Two long passes. Even I knew that, and I'm a dumb line coach, offensive line coach. But it's just sometimes that's the way the game goes. I mean, I promise you, it was not our intent to, have them go 75 yards that first possession. It was right methodic. So there's ebb and flow in games, and just proud our guys really knuckled down there in that latter part of the game after that first drive. I think it was in the second half. And started playing, playing the way, we hoped we would. And, it's tough. But when we gave up a couple of big plays along the way, and you give up big plays on defense, it's hard to expect, good results.
How do you approach tomorrow? I mean, you tell your players at 6 o'clock, be ready to go, or?
Yeah, I mean, we're just told them, first of all, enjoy tonight smartly, but enjoy tonight. They've earned that, certainly. And we want to enjoy tomorrow, too. It's kind of like after the Maryland game, a couple of weeks ago. It's one good thing about playing Friday. Just, go watch everybody else work. We'll let them sweat a little bit. And, I don't know about our players. I'm trying not to get too emotionally involved in it because that never works out well. So we'll just watch how things go. And, we've done all we can do, and we're not looking back. So we'll see what happens. And, yeah, to answer your question, we got two schedules right now. They're off Sunday or they're back in the building Sunday, and I think every one of us would love to be back. But, we'll see how that goes.
So you're a Minnesota fan tomorrow?
I didn't say that. I just thought I'll be, hoping for the right outcome. I mean, come on. I work at Iowa. I live in Iowa. 30 years. There's only one team in the Big Ten I really cheer for. I'll let you guess who it is. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I thought we had a time limit. I thought we did that somewhere in the last 3 years. And I'm getting a little senile. I can't remember things so well. But I thought we talked about having a policy on that. Obviously, that's gone. And then, the hard part as a coach is when it does go on and on and on, it's not real reassuring that there was, decisive evidence to show. And I will say this, and I've had talks with the right people, and I've been assured this is going to be a review item as soon as the season's over. It needs to be reviewed. I'll just say that. The review needs to be reviewed. I'm not trying to be funny, but that's my proposal is either let a central location make all the decisions or let the guys on the field make the decision, because they're the ones that have to live with the consequences. They got to listen to us, and they're caught in between. It's really, in my personal opinion, I just think it needs to be fixed and addressed. Just one guy's opinion.
In some way, this is the third game this year you guys have won by being down by double digits in a game. But in some ways, does this kind of almost symbolize the season? You have 4 field goals, a safety, a kick block, and then
it really is. I mean, that's us. I mean, we're not the prettiest car in the lot. Bruce Kittle, when he's at GA, I remember talking about. So he says it's like he talked about a player. He goes, it's like your car in college. I said, what do you mean by that? He goes, well, think about it. Your car's got nicks in the side because people open doors on it. You got a car that can get you from point A to point B, but it ain't much to look at. And that's probably us. We're just not the prettiest car in the lot, but at least we get from point A to point B pretty successfully most of the time. And that's really all it's about, is getting there, And so I'm just really proud of our guys. I'm proud of the staff, too. The staff's done a great job.
But those teams don't win 10 games. I mean, you've got to win those games. And you've had years where you had great talent, and they haven't been able to. What was it about this one in particular that's fought?
First thing that comes to mind, I mean, these guys are unselfish, and they are tough-minded. They're really tough-minded, and they don't mind working. We can't work as much as we used to 20 years ago. The world's changed, the rosters are small and all that, but these guys will work. They work, and it's methodical, and it's started back in January. So, whatever happened today, the last 4 weeks, it didn't happen by accident. It's been a bunch of guys just taking ownership, and then the single most important thing are the players, buying in 4 weeks ago. that we're not full of crap. Like, yeah, we lost 2, but we're going to get back up on our feet and go. And, if they don't buy that, then it doesn't matter. We can say whatever we want. We can talk about this year or that year and, 04, right? I mean, it wasn't looking so good then. And the next thing you know, we just kept winning week after week after week. So, but, I know that and I've lived that, but our players haven't. So the credit goes to those players again, just, understanding it can't happen.
Henry was in here and you talked about him, but can you tell us something about Kyler Fisher?
Yeah, well, another guy, just a good athlete in high school, small town. And, I think it was LeVar recruiting him. It's his part of the state. And, so we had him down and, spent some time and attention with he and his family. And but basically the thing with walk-ons or anybody really is just tell them, hey, you're going to have a real opportunity here. And but you got to do it. And just like we're talking about all of our players, Kyler's done that. He's worked really hard. I would not describe him as a confident player when he got here. And probably for good reason. You're a walk-on freshman, but with each step of the way, he's just kind of showing up in like special teams drills that we do and what have you. And he's been on our list for over a year now, just as a guy who's kind of ascended. And I'm not big on prognostications, but I think he's going to be a pretty good linebacker at some point here before he's done too. But right now he's making his mark on special teams, and he did it last year too. Just he's a really first-class guy. But again, we give opportunity, but the players have to do something with it, and he's certainly done that.
One or two more.
Your field goal kicker is kicked.
I'll stay all day, Steve. I'm feeling pretty good right now.
He's kicked
Yeah, I mean,
field goals the last 2 weeks, 22 of 25 all year.
and they look so routine, and and he's kind of a no demeanor, flat demeanor guy on the field. But yeah, I can't say enough about Caleb. And I said this a year ago, if Dunk was not there, I mean, the competition was so close. I'd like to say I'm surprised, but he's performing the way we really thought he could. Now, he's been so consistent, and that one last week was what, 51? That was 51. So, I don't mind telling you, I get a little nervous calling those things. It's like you really, but Laura says, yeah, you can do it and all that kind of stuff, and there he goes. So, yeah, he's just done a great job, and that's special, going back to special teams. Those guys have like their own little, society in there too, because they meet together and whatever. So what a great example he is to the other guys in the room, younger guys. We're really fortunate there.
Spencer said he and Alex both had the flu this week. Did one have it worse than the other coming into this game?
Yeah, I don't think he'd rank their flus, but I know this. It was Tuesday, I think, when neither of them were there. And it was an interesting practice. I just tell you that, it was interesting. So we had one guy on one field and one on the other, and that was it. Like, that's all we had. One guy working against our defense, one guy running the offense. And, I'm not even going to tell you what I was thinking that day. So, yeah. I said I was in a good mood. Now you got to bring that up. So, but anyway, but no, they showed up, and they got it done.
I just didn't know if that was any factor in your decisions, like maybe he felt.
No, not that I'm aware of. No, I didn't ask anybody today how they're feeling. If they're out there, they're playing.
When you say you're looking for a spark, that's you, right? Like you're going to.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking a little bit amongst each other, but it just seemed like we're spinning our tires a little bit and maybe change up, see what happens.
Is that why you paused for like a second when you said if Alex would start tomorrow and on Tuesday for Wednesday? You said.
Well, yeah, I didn't know who the hell was going to start, and if it was Deuce, with all due respect to Deuce, I might have stayed in Iowa City. He's still picking up. I'm joking, but anyway, it's not a pleasant thought going to your third guy at this point. But no, Alex was a guy, and just worked out the way it did today.
What does it mean to be West Division champs? I mean, at least the minimum time for the title.
It's good. I mean, it's all good. I mean, everything today is all good. I got to tell you, because that's the best we could do coming into today. So, and the best we could have done 4 weeks ago is to get to 10. On this day, this calendar day, 26. I'm pretty sure, right? I remember saying that. And okay, I'm right. So anyway, that was the goal. Just try to, but you got to do it one at a time. So that's really it.
How much if you play next Saturday? Who's your starting quarterback?
I'll tell you on Tuesday. How's that?
Okay.
If I see it Tuesday. Okay, if I see it Tuesday. We'll see you somewhere here in the next couple of weeks.
How much of a factor is what Spencer did in making that decision?
What he did today, or what he's been doing?
Yeah.
As I've been saying, I think, I look at it, we got two guys we have confidence in now, and I've had confidence in Spencer all the way. Thing I'd interject, I know he takes at least I I sense he takes a lot of flack out there in public or, wherever. You got to consider, like, what our challenges were this year offensively. And I think we're, building right now. I think we're going in the right direction. So that affects whoever's in there playing quarterback. It's just tough. And I think the last 4 weeks, at least now, we're starting to gain some ground. And I'm not saying we're world beaters offensively, but at least we're starting to go in the direction we want to. So, yeah, I feel good about both guys, but I think you got to factor that into Spencer's performance during the course of the year. So I think both guys have done a lot of good things.
Does that punt play have a special name, the punt block?
No, just no. I mean, we have a name every week, whatever it's called. It's usually tied into the opponent, but no, it's just a good effort, and that's all. Good effort, and that's practice too, how you get your hands on the ball. But yeah, really good effort. I thought he played really well, like especially in that first half too well. It wasn't much fun watching him, but he's a good football player. We'd only seen him in limited snaps and not really when the game was on the line, but he clearly was ready to go, and I can see why they have confidence in him. He looked like a really good player.
You ever seen Monty run that far?
No, yeah, not like that. So it's all good. Okay, well, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving, you guys.
Thanks, everyone.